All right, everyone, it's been reported since last night. Roger Stone, who's basically a Trump confidant, was contacting Wikileaks directly trying to get dirt on Hillary Clinton. Ooh, it sounds spooky now, doesn't it? Oh, Trump associate was trying to get dirt. See, we've got the smoking gun. It was Russian collusion. You see, there's only one problem. Roger Stone was never officially part of the Trump campaign. Roger Stone was an unofficial advisor and friend of Donald Trump. That's legally quite a bit different. He wasn't part of the campaign. It's not like he went around fundraising for him. It's not like he was actually he appears on the media. He wasn't a proxy for Trump. He never called himself one and said, well, yeah, I speak for the campaign in some official capacity, or I'm on the payroll of the campaign. That never happened. He can talk to WikiLeaks if he wants. So in other words, if you assume that this was, potentially criminal, beyond just dubious, which is that's totally in the eye of the beholder at that point. If you suspect that that's criminal, then you can't talk to WikiLeaks either and query them really about anything of a political nature. You might break some, campaign law or something. The fact is also, WikiLeaks is not a Russian company. You've got to understand that Julian Assange, by the way, is not a Russian. He's holed up in the Ecuadorian embassy right now. By the way, there's news with Assange. He may face arrest. They might stop shielding him, in which case he probably gets extradited and faces trial here. I oppose that. If he does come here, my hope is that Trump will not bother to try him. What law did he break? He released a bunch of information on WikiLeaks. Who cares? Is that against the law? He's not the one that he didn't go hacking for it. He just received the info. At that point, I believe it falls technically into public domain status. It's not his problem. How can he vouch for the fact that it's classified? I just slapped it on there. I didn't read the headers that said top secret or something. Who knows? Roger Stone is allowed to contact WikiLeaks. He's also allowed to ask for Clinton dirt. He's also allowed to obtain Clinton dirt. If he gets it, he's allowed to give it to the Trump campaign. What law did he break? Can I get a little bit of a reading on that? I don't think he did. I don't think there's any law against it. Now, dubious is different. To somebody who doesn't like Trump, thinks he colluded with Russia, this is basically, oh, well, yeah, see, this Trump individual, this person that Trump likes, he's associated with, he talked to Russian WikiLeaks, and he tried to get dirt on Hillary Clinton, which is from Russia. Everything is Russian. Doesn't matter. Absolutely doesn't matter. So this is basically a non-story. Now, when you say this, and you point this out with so many aspects of the Mueller probe and everything associated with it, that technically they're non-stories, that no law was broken, nothing substantial happened, nothing rises up to Trump himself, barely to people in his immediate inner circle, and a lot of those people might be exonerated anyway. There have been indictments, but there have been so far no arrests made, per se. When you point this out, people will say that you're a Trump apologist, but that's just the way that it is. That's just the truth of it. Yeah, the truth in this case, I guess, has a pro-Trump bias. Trump is not implicated in any of these things. Roger Stone is not Donald Trump. Don Jr. is not Donald Trump. Eric Trump, Paul Manafort, General Flynn, none of these people are Donald Trump himself. That's number one. Number two, none of them have been thrown in jail. They haven't been found guilty of any crime. They've simply been indicted. Suspicion. They've got the ability to potentially prosecute someone like a Manafort. They can do that. Is he in jail? Has he been thrown into a cell yet, or does he get his day in court, so to speak? I think the latter, but a lot of people, I think, wish that it were the former at this point. Has the Mueller probe turned up anything significant with regards to the result of the election? No. In fact, Mueller himself comes out and says, well, yeah, I'm indicting these 13 Russians who bought some Facebook ads, but ultimately this didn't swing the election, so don't worry too much. Don't you think that if he had evidence to the contrary, with his kind of obvious bias, he would have come out and proudly proclaimed it on the nightly news? Of course he would have. It would have been a massive press conference, tailored exactly to be at just the right time. It'd be like a Friday afternoon, so it goes just completely viral. That's what would have happened. Instead, he very quietly points out, well, yes, some Russian nationals bought Facebook ads. Obviously, this is evidence of something larger. Well, it's not. After over a year of investigating, trust me, you would have found plenty of evidence there. Roger Stone was never an official part of the Trump campaign. By the way, my allergies are kicking my ass, so I'm going to try to keep this short, but just keep that in mind. Was he on the payroll? Was he an official Trump advisor? No, he's an unofficial advisor. It's like if Trump goes and talks to some wrestling buddy, and that wrestling buddy's done something that implicates Trump somehow. No. And when you have someone like Trump, they have a lot of associates, a lot of people they did business with, they held meetings with. Clinton was one of them. Clinton was a longtime Trump buddy too. Trump went to their wedding. Oh yeah, they gave me some money, so I went to their wedding basically, or did something for them. I donated to their campaign, and then they came to mine. That's the way that it works. It's the way the swamp and Manhattan and Hollywood and everything associated with these things all work, including the Kremlin, admittedly so. That's about all. Peace out.